And then now it was time to put it back in. But it was also time to where now that I had it out, I had to put the new wheels on it. So Ray said, "Oh, I'll come over." Tom came over that day as well. And that was on a Monday, I believe, after coffee. And Tom and Ray started working on the axle to get the new axle in, because the axle that was with this didn't fit the new wheels. But I went with a little bit heavier wheel. Now we could have made the other axle work, but luckily I had one. So I said, you know what, let's just use what I have, and then I'll take the one that was in here and swap them out. So at that point, Tom and Ray worked on the axle. Once they got the axle in place, then Tom left, Ray left, and then I had to get the wheels on, the new wheels, and then to get them on, there's a gear that has to go on. There's a spacer that has to go on, and then there's the wheel, and all this has to be right, because if not, you're going to get a wobble, you know, so they have to be aligned, you know. So you're sitting here and you're turning it, and you put a measure stick on it, and you turn it to see, you know, is it turning, is it hitting, is it skipping, you know, and then you had to do that with each one, tighten it down and all that. Now it was time to put it back in. Well, it's a 14-bolt lineup, and in the box that the motors are in to drive the wheels is the same box that has the wheels on it, the axles, you know, and the battery box. That's all part of one, and there's 14 nuts and bolts that's got to hold that on there. So that's 14 bolts that you have to line up, because they're affixed to the back end. So you got to try to line them up, and it's not that it's super heavy, but it's just clumsy, you know. It's just a pain in the ass. So Ray came over and helped me get that in. So Ray's been helping out here and there, which has been pretty decent. And then the other day when he was here, I started working on the eyes. There used to be a board here. Now I've said this a few times, so if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. The board that was here was a control board that worked these two modules. I was working on everything here, getting the wiring done and all that. Ray said, "Can I take that board home with me, because he can work on it at home, because it wasn't working?" I go, "Yeah." So that took him a little longer than we both expected, so I was kind of down for a few days. But he came back, and he came back with two boards. One of them is a timer to work the time with the relay with the eyes, and the other one was power, which was 6 volts, 5 to 6 volts in. Well, we got 12 volts coming out of this puppy. So I had to build, and then yeah, I had to build a board. There's a name for it, I just can't think of it right now. To where I could take 12 volts in and only get like 6, 7, maybe 8 volts tops out of it, because we didn't want to burn anything up. So I had done that. Then I had to try to fit it all into this box. Well, that wasn't working. So I took my board out, so we have this. And then instead of using that board, I put this one together. And with this one, there's two different sides. Each one of these will work a different servo, so they're not all being driven through this one piece, which is nice. So this is taking the 12 volts and bringing it down to 7. I set it for 7. So that's fine, you know, so that's got to get hooked up. So that's kind of where I'm at this point. So now that we're getting all that done, this thing starts to act up. It just started going, and it's not turning. So, hello. Sounds like a bag of plastic gear in there, but I'm going to check it. And then I decided, you know what? Instead of going nuts, I'm just going to bolt these two together and see what happens. I'm sure this servo will take it. And at that point, once that's done, then I can try testing it again. So now I'm going to put some nuts and bolts through there. I just got to get this one eye adjusted. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Because I got to put some tape on this puppy, or in this case, this eye, so I can get it down even with the other eye. For now. Everybody's been nice about it, you know, like where is it, where is it, where is it, you know, which is helpful because you don't want to be pressured into something, especially when you're trying to help and not spend a lot of money. This would have been done if they said just call the company and order what you need, you know, but then we would have been talking thousands of dollars. And then when I was talking to the tech support guy, I can take this one off now, about this, he really doesn't know too much about what he's talking about. He's more of a parts, not a parts, but a board swapper. Oh, the servo's not working? Replace it. Well, why isn't it working? You know what I mean? Yeah, so, well, replace the sending unit. Well, yeah, you know, we're talking $70, $80, $90 a unit. You know, what else was there? Oh, the controller. He goes, oh, well, so you got, what you call it? I forgot what controller he said. I go, no. I says, this is an F-14. An F-14? What the hell are you doing with that old thing? You know, you're lucky that still works. You need, you know, yeah, right, I do. And is it going to work with the board? Yeah, you may have to change one of the receivers, or you may have to, you know, here we go. You know, so that's basically what they are. They're there to tell you what to buy, not how to fix it or what it does. I asked him about a switch that's on the back of this part. That's an on-off, center off, on, center off charge. And it wasn't wired right. Somewhere along the line this thing wasn't wired right. That could have been why those capacitors had blown. And so I asked him if he had a diagram on the wiring on this thing, because I had no idea where all this wire was going. Yet it was kind of new in the newer stages of me having Coastie. And he says, nah, I don't think I got anything around here, but I'll have to take a look. You know, I'll call you back. Yeah, okay. What's he going to do? Tell me to buy a new switch? Well, he's going to have to tell me how to wire it, because I'm telling him this one's wired wrong. So, but anyway, I'm having a cup of green and black tea. It's decaf, however, so it takes away a lot of the nourishments. But I got some cinnamon, a little bit of ginger, and some, what the hell they call it? Tumac, ground Tumac, T-Mac, Tomac, I have no idea what it's called. And that's in there. Alright, so now we can take this one back off, because we got this one doing what it needs to do. However, I will strengthen this one up a little bit with this, so we don't waste it. The extra strength doesn't hurt anything. Okay. Now to drill some holes. Now, what size bolts do I want to use? They have to be stiff enough to where they'll take the, otherwise they'll break and crack the plastic. I need to put a big enough washer on it to help take, so it'll give you more coverage on the plastic, so it doesn't crack the plastic. So let me see here. What do I want to use? If I use anything too thin, hold on, guys. Okay, I just found these. These are hardened. Has a washer on it. It's not going to give me much slop. I could put a nut on it, say the wing nut. I don't know if it's long enough. But, well, it should be long enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay. I mean, these will work. These are, like I say, hardened steel. Well, what I didn't check though is do we have enough thread? Because sometimes on these things they don't give you enough thread. Come on, solder. Thank you. Okay, come back here. You know what? With a couple of washers, I think we'll be fine. Okay. I do want to put a few more bigger washers on the outside. They won't fit on the inside, but they will fit on the outside. This will give me a little bit more strength around the unit. Okay, so let's put that there. Let me take this over here and find a couple of bigger washers. Not even bigger, but the hole is smaller. Well, that's going to help a lot. Now, wait a minute. There we go. This should do it. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I got some bigger washers. And I just got to find some nuts, but that's not a problem. There's a lot of nuts around here. I just got to take a walk down Main Street. Yeah, okay. We need a little drill bit first. I don't want to just start going in there with a big one. Making a lot of noise. I gotta get this floor clean too. Oh, God. I don't even know what color it is anymore. I'm serious. Now, is there a side on this? Probably not. There's a coat on it. I don't know the code. So, let's just do a quick maybe rubber. That looks like that's not good. Close. Thread size, but not the other part. Not the good part. That should do it. Let's try that one. That one and that one. Now, see that I haven't got my little drill. I'm gonna have to use. That's not gonna work. What do I do with that? I don't know what to do someplace. I gotta move all this shit out of the way. I figure out where the hell it is. Where, oh where, art thy right angular? Is that it? There we go. Okay, is this gonna fit in there? I hope. With that bit it will. Yeah, I don't know about the other bit. I'm gonna have to find an old one and cut it. This one will fit here, however. Okay. What do I do with the bit? Put a drill. So this one we can just get right here just to get it started. And then we can do our alignment after that. Getting the first one in is going to be the hardest part. Now, this bit wasn't long enough to go through both. And I kind of knew that. So now, let's see if I can get this one in and get them both. Probably not, but let's see. Oh, that's going to be tough. Oh, that's going to be close. Nope. Okay. So here's what I need to do. Put this one here. I got to get this one here. And if I get this one down, okay, let's see if I can get that hole a little bit bigger from here. I want to get this piece in it, because then I can put it on once we get it down there. So I'm going in at an angle, as you can see. An angle to the majangle. Come on, come on, come on, come on. See, once it gets down so far, then I can just get it in. Get it in. Ooh, sounds kind of sexual. Now you ask, and I'm glad you did, why don't I just take out the eyelids? Because I really don't want to start taking something apart. No, see, I can't see up in there. They put this on. They put this on before they put these plates in. And those plates are, you're not going to get them off without breaking them, because they've got so much epoxy and gunk. See that glump down there? They have that all the way around, up and down, to hold them in. So the nuts, the nuts actually are up underneath here. See my thumb? And I can't even get my finger in between the top and this. So even if I were to loosen it up with open and wrench, am I going to be able to get it off? Because the nut may not make it past the opening that I have, the space that I have. Down here, there's none. Wow. So that's why I'm not going to attempt it, because I don't want to start. Like I say, you just can't take one thing apart. They didn't even think. When they put this together, I don't know where their minds were. My 2-year-old great-great-grandchild can do better than this. All right. This is not going to fit in there unless and I'm not going to cut this one. This is the newer one. And I don't want to make the hole off, because I don't want to end up with a hole with a little give, because the give will end up turning into a pain in the ass later. Wait a minute, I could put a bushing in there. I don't know. I have a 3/8 20. Well, I have a 3/8 bushing over here. Hold on a minute. That only means I'm going to have to make it bigger. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Hold on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, this ain't gonna work. This is an antenna isolator. When you're putting on your stud mounts, this will insulate it from touching the metal, so it doesn't short out and ground out. But wrong, doesn't fit. Let's see how far off we actually are. Let's see. I mean, if I have to take an old one and cut it, I will. Yeah, see, if I go in there with this, I'm just making... Let me see if I have an old one. I'm going to look. Alright, let's go over here, see what we have. On. I like these lights. There's one in there too. I only have two. I may pick up another one or two, I don't know yet. What I like about them is that if your hands are full, you don't have to worry about trying to turn on the light. And even if you're walking in at night, you know, they turn on, which is nice. They sell the sensors to hook up to your other lights. However, the sensors are more than the light is. So, better off just buying the light. They are nice to have. Now these are some older ones. Some of these need sharpening. Oh, I forgot about the unibit. Maybe I won't have to cut anything. I don't know if this is sharp enough though. Yeah, it feels like it is. Let me see. This may work. Well, it will, but it's not going to make the bottom hole. So I still have to worry about the bottom hole. Well, I can just move the eye thing. Alright, let's take that one with us. Meanwhile, let's see what I have here. Again, these have sizes. These did have sizes. Well, this one apparently doesn't have a size. Well, that's strange. Oh, I know what happened. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. 2064. Okay, this one doesn't fit. You know that. Oh, that would be nice, but that's not going to work. Whoa, it's close though. You know what? That's so close. Let's take these two with us. Because it is so close. How close is it? It's close enough to where if I do have to go on a little angle, it's not going to be much at all. Or, again, I can use the unibit. Okay. Yeah, I noticed with this camera, it does 3 minutes, you know, and then it continues, but it does 3 minutes intervals. And what it's starting to do now, which is kind of crazy, last couple weeks, in between each one, you would get a little, like a little burp, you know, and what I mean, get off there. And what I mean by that is, you say, you'll see where it goes. It'll go, hello, hello. You follow me? So you can kind of get a double word. If there's a break, you don't even notice it. But now what it's doing is, it's giving you like 0.5 of a second of black screen. So when it's going and it skips from 3 minutes to the next, it goes black and on. It's just enough to where it catches your eye. So now I got to go in between each one and screw around with it, which takes up more editing time. I'm going to look into the settings to see if there's something there that may help. I don't know. Try the unibit first. Let's sneak up underneath this. Let's go this way. Okay. I'm running it slow because I don't want to crack anything if it bites. There we go. Can't complain about this mess because that's mine. Well, almost. You gotta take it a little bit, just a little bit more. Okay. See, as far as the alignment right now, I don't have to worry about it too much because I have a hole all the way through. Good thing I didn't have to worry about it too much, huh? I should have never said anything. Okay. Now. Okay, now this does go through. Okay, that's good. And it's nice. That's a good fit. That's a spicy eyelid. That's a spicy eyelid. Okay. And we're pretty darn tight. We're not tight, but I mean I can wiggle, but I got very little wiggle room. Now I think, oh I don't know, there's a lot there. Let me see. I can probably just do it without it, but let me see something. I like to make sure that I'm all the way through with the same. So will this fit in there now? Yes, yes, good. Put my hand in there, right there, right there, right there, okay. Nope, not there, right there. Stop moving, stay in the hole. this one back in here for now. I don't know if I'm going to actually. There. Have a cup of this delicious tea. Got these at what's that place? Hobby Lobbies. They're real thin and they're insulated, which is nice, and it's a good sized cup. That tea has been in there since 11 o'clock this morning, and it's still hot that you got to sip it. And it is now 1:30, 13:26 to be exact. Okay, now I thought I had, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Now. See, here's another thing I was just thinking about. This isn't going to work. It was going to work, but I'm thinking of strength. And a way to strengthen this up is to put a nut and bolt between each one so that I'm sandwiching each eye with a nut under it. And this doesn't have threads all the way up, which is about normal for tempered stuff, because the more threads, the weaker. So let's see now, what do I have? Now this is going to work anyway, only because of the double nuts. Ooh, we're going to have 2 nuts on each rod, on each bolt, on each, right. Stop blowing it in, buddy. Okay. Oh, nuts. Oh, screws. Chicago's. Well, those are too big. Not long enough. Washers, miscellaneous block nuts, and boiled and monsters. Why did I buy those? Boy, you never know. If I ever had to work on the power, I would know. And I'm going to say, why didn't I buy those? Alright, now, what I'm looking for is, I may have found them. Let's see. Just may have found what I was looking for. Is it going to be long enough? Yes. Yes. Excellent. See, now what I can do is, I'll put a washer up here anyway, a big washer. And then I'll put a washer under it, and then I'll come up under it with a nut so I can actually sandwich this in, which will stiffen this up. And then I'll put another nut down there with a washer, and another nut under here with a washer. So that's going to sandwich each piece together, which is going to strengthen that part up. Got me? Get me? Now by the time I add all these nuts, I'm not going to have enough room. I'm going nut crazy. Whoop, drop the nut. Okay. Woo! Didn't even feel it. 1, 2, 3. Each one. 1, 2, 3. Now, I want. Let me see something here, guys. Oh, shit. That would have been perfect, and it's a hair too small. Damn. How many do I need? I guess I can drill them out real quick. Let's see what else I have over here first. See, this big one here is fine for up in here because of the hex, you know, where it would normally lock in. This one up there wouldn't fit over that, and this thing would be just sticking up. So, let me see here. What else do I have over here? Hold on, guys. You know, you go to Tractor Supply and they screw you on this shit. Because the large washers with the little holes, they charge you by the pack. And there's anywhere from 5, maybe 6. You might get lucky and see 8 or 10 to a pack. And they're going to be anywhere from like $1.99 to $2.99. So you're buying 5 or 6 of these for $3 basically. Where if you go buy the regular washers, you know, your 3H and stuff like that, or they're like by the pound, $2 for a pound, you know. But when you need these and these, they nail you. Now, I'm thinking that I can probably drill these out. Hold on a minute, guys. Alright. Whoop. Whoop. I drilled them out. So we're all set. Got a couple extra here. Found a couple more out there, just in case I need them. Actually, I gotta go through that. I got a small, well, it's a full-size file cabinet, but they're just small drawers. I have trays in them, and I have sometimes a bunch of nuts that are no time to straighten out, and they're all miscellaneous, so I just throw them all in, and I straighten them out later. Well, same with washers. Alright, now, I do want a big one, however, for the top, because I need that space right there. Okay. And I need a nut. So let's drop this here. Let's put this washer on it down here. And now we're going to put this nut on it. Now what I'm doing is I'm sandwiching this piece of plastic on this eye between 2 large washers, so it'll give me more coverage and leverage, so it shouldn't snap it when they move. Actually, it's not going to snap it. Okay, so I gotta loosen this up a little bit more, because I gotta wait until I get everything together. And I gotta put another, hold on, another nut. Another washer. I want to be able to sandwich the bottom one as well. There we go. So now we'll put get another nut on there. You know what I'm going to do? No, what are you going to do? I'm going to put a lock washer on there with it. I have lock nuts, but I don't trust them as far as really snugging down. The only reason why get one out there, just to see if I have one. Okay, that lock washer is what size? I shouldn't be mixing metals at this point, but we're going to see what we can do here. Okay. No, wrong size. I still think I'm probably going to be better off with this. Yeah, you know what? I bet you. Yeah, I think I will use a lock nut. Okay. So what I'm doing over here, guys, just in case you're curious, or nosy, whichever one you think. You see this? Okay. So I'm going to take this nut that's down here and bring it up. There's a little bit of plastic edging around the hole, so this is just going to crush it up a little bit. Now we're going to take that one and tighten this one down, and then I'll bring the other one up. So I got to get a wrench. Got to get a wrench. I'll use a socket. Socket. Looking for my ratchet wrench. I got two of them that are missing. I got a set of them, but the one of them that I need is not there. And then I noticed there was another one not there. And that would have been great for under here at this point. I wonder if I should just look for it. No, I'm not going to be able to get up under there anyway. So. Tighten this one down here. Okay. Now I'm going to get a 1/2 inch by 1/4. I may have one right here already. Let's see. No, 7/16, huh? That's not going to work. I got a 1/2 inch around here someplace. Thought I did anyway. I thought I did. Oh, here's more over here. Hold on. Let's see here. 1/2 inch? 1/2 inch. Should put a pair of vice grips on it. Let's get this out of the way. My sweetie's cutting along. As long as you can do it with the lawn tractor, I don't mind. I just don't want to. Well, I guess doing it with the push more is better for you, as long as you're healthy enough to do it. There. Okay, so these now work together. All right. I'm not even going to have to use a second one. That double nut setup worked just fine. Now if I do notice it needs to be done, I'll do it. But I don't think it's going to need to be done. Let's get these out of the way. Pull this stuff back. This is my new stock. Well, that was a little bit easier. It was a bit of a pain in the ass, but yet it was a little bit easier. I only needed one because that's nice and firm, nice and strong, nothing's moving. So what I did was I took the washer. Well, let me show you here real quick. Yeah, whiteboard. I gotta get another more. I gotta get another more whiteboard. Okay, so here's the eye, plastic, and there's another one down here. So I drilled a hole here and there. This bolt is here. It's got a big washer under it. Big washer. I would say 1.5 inches maybe. And then the bolt comes down, and there's another big washer here, and a nut. And then it comes down, and there's another nut here, and another washer here. And it comes through, and then we got a big washer there, and a lock nut here. And it tightened up nice. Nicey, nicey. Alright, so let's put that back up there. Let me go say hi to my honey for a minute, guys. Hey, baby. What's up? What's up? Oh, okay. Whatever. Yeah. No problem. I was just wondering. I heard you running it, you know? So I'm going to take that out front once I get some done here. I'm working on the guys. Almost, well, I can't say almost done, but I got the guys bolted together. That's a big part of it. So I'm going to do maybe another half an hour around with it. And then get that point together. Try to get more sand out there. Get that front lawn done. Then I'll take that out there. Try to get it dry. Try using the bush more. Lighter longer now, so I'm thinking dinner for now would be like 5 o'clock. Yeah, 5 o'clock. I'll look. I'll see about 2:30 maybe. About 2 o'clock. Alright, let's go play a little bit more. Now, if you want to come in and hang out, feel free. If you want to sit down in there, if you want to get in here on the computer. Alright, good. Do what you got to do. The front lawn is in dire need. Last year, I mean, it's a nightmare. I mean, it looks like the house has been vacant for 100 years. Last year, around, well, actually, probably early, mid-November, no, October maybe. Yeah, probably around that area. I started tearing up some of the lawn in the front with the tractor because I wanted to bring it down a little bit. I didn't like the way it was kind of angled. We don't have a water problem anywhere in the basement or anywhere, but we are above, you know, the street and everything. But you don't want to force the water into the basement. So I wanted more of a drain. So, you know, naturally I get in there with the tractor and I start. First I tried just backblading, you know, a little bit at a time. You know, taking off an inch, half inch, inch and a half. But then you start hitting, you know, the rocks, the roots and everything else. So you got to start digging. So the next thing you know, it looked like shit. And then I went out there with the backhoe, and I was going to move a few of the roots out of the way, you know, and then found out that the ground is frozen. So I thought, well, so much for that. So that's the way it was all winter, and it's still that way. Now, luckily in the back, I have a lot of soil that I can move, you know, and because there was work I wanted to do in the back anyway. So there was one part that I want to kind of flatten out a little bit more. It was more like this, where I want to make it more like that. I don't want that step. So at that point, I figured I'll use some of that. So I started bringing some out the day, about a week and a half ago. We had a couple good days. But I got to bring out probably another 7, 8, maybe 9 buckets, depending on, you know, how much I get in the bucket at the time. Now, that's on one side of the front lawn. It's got a sidewalk, well, it's a front walk that goes down to the street and the mailbox. And on the other side of that, it's fine. It's got grass growing. However, the grass is like yay high, you know. So again, the front of the house looks like it's been vacant for 100 years. So I got to get that done. So I said today I'm going to bring more fill out there. You know, get the fill out. At least it looks like I'm doing something out there. And then once I get the fill out there, then I can start bringing it down and leveling it out. Yeah. All right. Let me put these away. I'm going to leave this here. Those are done. I may even be able to do a test run on those eyes, but I want to first, let me put these away first. Hold on. That I use a lot. It happens. And I could do 7, 8. I probably would use them somewhere and put them away where they didn't belong. Now what I did do is with those wrenches, the ratchet wrenches, because I keep them in the same drawer with the other wrenches that are just all thrown in there, I put some good cloth duct type tape, a little strip of it around the handle in the center so that you can spot them. So they should be easy to find if, in fact, we know where to find them. All right, so hold on a minute. Hold on. All right, now here's what we have. What do we have? I have a ground and a ground, okay. So this ground, well, see, let me try it right on this one instead. Will this work here? It may. I don't know now, let me think. I don't remember how Ray has this connected. I think, well, I actually connected it. Ray dropped it off, but I don't remember how Ray had it set up. Now he also said there's a switch in there. I don't see a switch anywhere. Where the hell's the switch, Ray? Are you thinking you did a switch? Okay, so if I take this ground and go to there, okay, now we need a power, which is this one. And we take this power, where's my red? Where's my red? I know I got a red one. I know I got a red one somewhere. Okay. Where the hell is it? I know I just had it. I was using it earlier. Huh. Okay, so what am I using here? Oh, I used the white one. Okay, we'll use the white one. The white will work. The white is a red. The white is going to be a red. Okay, so this one is going to go here. And that's going to go to the white. To the white, to the white. Department of Defense. You know that's telemarketing. As soon as you answer it, hi there, this is Kim, doesn't even give you a chance. Doesn't even say, hey, good afternoon, how are you? Nothing. Hi, this is Kim, and I am with, you know it's a recording. You gotta start watching it. I see it coming. This, what they call AI, is going to be a pain in the ass. Because now, they don't even have to dial the phone and talk to you. Okay, now what do I have here? I have no idea. That's power in. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's power out. Okay, so I'm on the outside. I need a power in. And seeing that I'm using white, I'm going to stick with white. So where the hell is another white one? Let me go get a white one. Don't want to mix our colors. So let's go to, wait a minute now. Yeah, that'll work. Or will it? Or will it? No, I don't like that idea. Hold on a minute, guys. I am wasting more connectors. Come on. There you go. Okay, so now we have a white out going to a white in. Alright, we got a black out going to a black in. So now we need a white in, which is this one. put over here someplace. And, oh. And what am I using here? I'm using black and green. Oh, wait a minute. In, grounded, in, power, out, ground. Okay, we should be pretty well set here, guys. I'm thinking so. See, the hardest part with working on this thing now is there's 2 wires coming up there, which is nice. So I don't have to deal with all those. But now we got to kind of remember what we're dealing with on what we've done. I hear an owl. We got to build a couple of owl houses. And a couple of bat houses. Bats are good for mosquitoes and things. And they really don't bother you. All right. Where was I? Oh, let's check see if we have power. That's what I want to check. I don't need any resistance coming through the wire. Okay, so there's no voltage there. So let me disconnect. This one. Okay. I don't want to have everything hooked up when I'm putting the main in. And I don't want to turn on the main switch either, because if there is a problem, I don't want to take anything out. Now, what do we have? Okay, that's working. That's working. That's working. Okay, so we have power to the unit. And the nav lights are working. The red one's down there. See the reflection? Then the white one and the green one. And I'm working off remote. I'm not using any switches right now, other than remote switch. Okay. Okay, so we got power going into this at the start. Oh, this goes down to here. It goes down to here. Okay. And this is going to go into there. Okay. And that. All right. Now, let's take these. Get a couple more of these. Right, well, look, these butt connectors. Oh, bud. You know how many of these I gone through? And a lot of this is my fault. Because you start going through it, you get them on, you don't want to have bare wires, so you connect them, you say, oh, we're done, you get it done, and then as you're going along, you say, oh shit, I got to put a wire on that. So you got to cut it off and start over again. Okay. And that's the reason behind these other wires that I had on there, which are these two. Now, what I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to put them all on one side. Yes. I'm going to put this like this. This here way, if I need the other side, oh, I'm sorry guys. These two wires, one is a real thin one is a little bit heavier, maybe a 14. And normally you'd butt them this way, but right now I'm going to butt it this way, because if I do need another ground, I know that this ground that's coming in here is a decent ground, so I don't have to worry about it. What I do need to worry about though is where did I put my crimp tool? You know, that little bitty thing that we all use and love. I feel it, I just don't see it. What the hell is it? What do we got, another fold here someplace I don't know about? Oh, that's not it, that's why. Okay. Oh, I found it. I found it. Now, what do I do with the wire? Oh, there it is. Okay. See, now if I do need a ground, it's there. I can just see that coming loose. Nobody will know where it's at because it's underneath there. So let me take a little bit more. There we go. So I know I got a good wrap here. Alright, so for now I don't have to worry about them shorting out, and we should have some type of power going here. Okay. So this has 12 volts going in. And then coming out, gotta find that part again. Okay, this is 12 volts going in. So let's just hang this up for a second. There, okay. Now let's get this out of the way. Okay. Power, 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 top, strap. Okay, so now we have what? We have a white one Now I did label these because I can't see the board. So voltage out. So this is going to be 5. Well, actually I have a thing for 7. And with a load, it'll probably drop down a little bit more. And that should come around to here. Okay. So let's cut these off. No, I really don't have to cut them off. Because I didn't crimp the other end, so I can use these. Okay. I'm going to have to stick my little wires in there. Fire, fire, the way it goes. Okay, now I got 2 little red and black jumpers. So they're about 4 or 5 inches long. You know, with this servo, the one that went bad, we were having problems with that. Ray was over here one day. Like I said, he's probably been here half a dozen times. And he came over one day, and I'm glad to have him come over because I feel that he's helping me definitely, and it keeps his mind active a little bit, and it gets him out of that funk because he's thinking about something else. But anyway, he was here one day when we were testing the boards that he had put together, because he made 2 boards over here. And I had to wire them in and put them in here, so after I got everything wired and put it in there, we're here and we're going to test them. Well, we noticed when we hit the test, the eyes would work like this, instead of both of them, going up and down. They're going like this. Well, that's not going to work. It's going to look like Coastie's well, I don't really should say retard. Looks like Coastie's got an issue. So, a short, how's that? So Ray said, well, he's not sure, but he thinks he can buy a board, meaning this little thing. And what it does is it reverses. So they would work together. You would put this on just one eye, which is the one that's not working right. Now, we never got that far because the next thing you know, that servo started going. Sorry, I can't do the noise. I'm not into that. But you know what I mean. Or it would go. Sound effects. Anyway. And then next thing you know, it went. Stopped working completely. So we never had a chance to try to put that reverse board on there. Reverse polarity, if that's what you want to call it. But this did it safely instead of just swapping. And who knows if that servo would work on the opposite. I'm going to take it over to the other bench in a minute and see what it does. Alright, so now we have this to this. I don't think I'm going to get this in there, so I got to find those 2 wires. Where are those 2 wires? The hell was that? Okay. Put this servo over there. Now, let me look those 2 wires. They're perfect for what I need. Oh, wait a minute. Is that one? Yeah, here's one of them. Okay, so here's the power one. Ah, here's the other one. They're both power, just one's ground, one isn't. Okay, so let's go red to red. There. See, it's stiff enough and it's heavy enough to where it slides into this and stays. So I don't have to crimp it. and I can still use it for testing. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's find the black one. Here's the black one. Okay. So, we take this one. Yes. And hook it up to this one. I'm thinking. Because this needs 12 volts in here. And then when it comes into the pulse, there's a little control here. This gives a pulse. You'll see the light blinking. I don't know how that little switch is that Ray was talking about. There's a variable here which controls the speed of the pulse. But he said he put a switch in here. I don't know where that switch is. I don't remember seeing the switch. Was he thinking he did it and he didn't? I don't know. I have to get a flashlight. Let me get a flashlight. Okay, I got a flashlight. Where the hell's the switch, Ray? You said it was little. Well, damn, I guess it is. That's a wire tie. It's got nothing to do with that. Right, where's the switch? That is there, so it's not that one. See, when you say switch, sometimes you're thinking of a switch, you know, on, off, on, off. Well, you got to remember, sometimes it's just like 3 pins or 4 pins, and you get a little jumper that slides over them. You follow me? That's also a switch. It's just something that's normally built into the board. So I'm looking for both types of these switches to see what's in there. I don't see them. And he said he put them in there. I just don't know where the hell he put them. I don't see anything in there. He says it's a little switch. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, what's that? No, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Boy, oh boy, Ray. Talk about a little switch. Okay. He put it under the relay and he soldered the switch connectors right to the relay so it'll reverse. There it is. Okay. Now, where's that wire go? I don't want that wire to fall off. Okay. Everything looks good. The switch is there. Okay. We found the switch. I'm going to mark that. Let me go get some of my pink fingernail polish. There. I tell you about, a friend of mine came over one day. Well, I don't let people over here unless I know them anyway. And he seen my pink fingernail polish over there, and he said, "Oh, what are you doing with fingernail polish? Are you coming out of the closet or what?" Yeah, I said, "No." I said, "I use it for marking things. You'd be surprised how good it is to have around. You know, even if you want to, like for instance, measure these, and you didn't have a way of doing it, you put some polish on them and you push it down, and then there's your 2 marks. You know, there's a lot of ways of doing with this." So he says, "Oh." So anyway, he calls me up one day. He says, "I just bought some fingernail polish." He said, "It works great, However, I can't see it. What do you mean you can't see it? He walked clear. Walked clear. Okay. You know, this tea is still hot. I mean, hot. I'm still sipping on it because I can feel the burn on my lips. They're making them puffy. I've got puffy lips. Coastie's driving me nuts. Oh boy. I have. Alright, we gotta hook this up to 12 volts. Where is it? Here it is. Now, this, I gotta decide what I want to do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this over to the ground strap and just put the hot wire in here. Because I have a ground going to the ground strap. So there's no reason why I got to put another ground here. Yeah, it's running a wire a little bit, but you know what? It's giving me what I need to do. See, this piece here has a hot and ground, hot and ground, hot and ground. E-I-E-I-O. So, instead of hooking up all those wires, what I did was, and I had it grounded anyway, so I tied all the hot ground, all the grounds in together and brought them around and over to the main ground strap there. So my decision was at this point, I need more wire here, was that, do I want to turn this off? Okay. Do I want to tie this into that ground or just bring it over here? Well, this is what it's for, so I'm going to bring it over there. They'll both work. However, I'll just feel a little more comfortable with it over here, with the screws and the bolts and the eyelids, instead of being just stuck into a contact and tighten down a screw on. Ooh! And working with the wire is something that can always be taken care of. It's not a big deal. Getting the wires out of the way is alright. As long as you don't have a lot of them to where you're getting confused on the wires. Look familiar? Yep, nope. Yeah, that's the way I want it. Okay. Alright, now, I can bring this one either way. I can bring it up and around this way and down, or over this way and up. I think I'll go this way and up, and I'll keep them all together. Yeah, because then I can just keep the trunk right here. Alright. Is this it? No, I don't think so. Nope, I didn't think so. I didn't think. Who told you to think? Why did I have that one? Oh, I remember why. Now I remember. Okay. Go back over here. Oh, drop. And drop. Whoa! Oh, I dropped a couple of them. These are the screws that I'm using keep the top on Coastie. Thing is, trying to keep them on the counter. Yeah. This looks like it might be the one. No? Huh? I don't think I put it away. No, I didn't. So where the hell is it? This one is too big. This one is too big. Too small. Too small. Oh, wait a minute. What's this one right here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just a cotton picking minute. There it is. There it is. Go back over here, guys. There. There's one washer. Let me get another little washer. Where's the washer? I thought I had washers on all of those. Meaning double washers. Because I like to sandwich them together. Good. Now where'd you go? There you are. Is this the nut? I forgot now. Yes, it is. Did I remember? Yes, I remember. Lordy. Let's get all these out of the way. So that ground is on. So now this has to go into that hole, which is a 15 ampere, I believe. 18 amp. What's the other ones? 5 and 5. Yeah, we'll stick with the 18. We'll stick with the 18, I think. Now let's go right to here. I hate these connectors. I really do. I hate them with a passion. Let's see if this helps or if it works. See, it's going to start clicking and it's not going to tighten up all the way. That's what I don't like about it. Doesn't want to tighten up. Okay. Take it down this way and see if I can get in behind it. I'm not crazy about that, but let's see what happens. Now, where'd you go? Okay, we should be okay. What I will end up doing, however, is reinforcing all this so it doesn't come loose. So we don't want that to happen. Alright, now I disconnected the one wire off of this board. Oh, I'm over here, guys. Sorry. Let me back up a little bit. There. Okay, that'll probably cover it all. I'm sorry, guys. What I did was I hooked up the ground over there, which you see. Then I took the red wire, which is the red and black here, the red one, and put it into this remote head. Those heads, I just don't like those. First of all, there's two things, but there's a lot that I don't like. Yeah, what are you going to do? If you look down in there, you got a box, and I'm just going to draw two of them. And you got a little indentation here, and you got a flat head screw in here, just a regular flat head screw. Then you have the same thing over here, a little flathead screw. So you put the screwdriver in there. Now, this is covered here. Then you have an opening here. This screw goes into that. Well, if it was where it's supposed to be, it would anyway. Okay. So the problem being is, if you turn the screw counterclockwise, it brings this down. And there's a piece of metal down here as well. So if that's the case, when you counterclockwise, it brings this screw down, pinching the wire between those two. Well, once it gets to the point to where it's touching the wire, it skips. So you can't tighten it. You can just pull it out. So now if you do it the opposite way, and you turn it the other way, then this piece goes down here. So now you try to get the wire in here, but it's not quite big enough to get the wire in, especially an 18 amp wire. Even though we're not running it, we're running 14 gauge, but they have the relay in there planned for an 18. Anyhow, and now when you tighten it normally, clockwise, that pulls this up. Well, okay, and it tightens down nicely. However, it doesn't go down quite far enough to get the wire in there. So it's kind of a pain in the ass because you're trying to jiggle it, you're flattening it out, you're trying to cut off a piece or two of the wire. And then, because the screws are hidden, you know, you got to get down here, and if it comes off, this should have been a Phillips. That would have been the first thing. You can't assume that everybody's going to work on this board and it's going to be able to see the screws. It may be someplace where you're in like this, and if you got to keep fiddling around to find the slot to stick the driver in, you know, come on. At least put Phillips. Now, most of the, well, I can't say most of them, 50-50 of the ones that I have on the gadgets that I have, I was lucky enough to where they were Phillips. So I can just take the Phillips, stick it in there, and I found it. It's done. I don't have to fiddle around with anything. Fiddle? Did you say fiddle? Let's put these away. No, I just threw one in here. This is the one. This goes here. Okay. Put. Alright, now I got to come to a stopping point someplace because I do have to do something with the lawn. I don't want to try it yet because I want to make sure I have a little time when it does come time to try it. because I know I don't plan on it acting up, but if it needs any adjustments or anything, I want to have time to do it and not have, I got to get the lawn done, I got to get the lawn done. You know, if you've ever been in business, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not in business anymore, but it's the same thing, you know. You've got so many other things going on your mind because you have so many other jobs that you got to take care of. You know, Ann would probably be, and Chuck. You know, the guys that are working out there and doing things, they kind of understand, I'm sure, what I mean. Say I'm doing this and I'm thinking I gotta get that lawn done. You know, well, in the work field, you're doing one project and you're thinking I gotta get this done because I gotta get that other one done. You know, somebody's waiting for this one, somebody's waiting for that one. That's how it used to be when I had the store. You know, I used to do radio repair and modifications. So sometimes I would leave the store, my night guy would take over. I leave the store at 6, go home, grab and eat. I'm eating and running around the house, shower, get dressed, go to work. Get there by 8. I get out of there, depending on what day it is, as late as 2 o'clock. I'm on my way home, 2:15. I go back up to the store, and I start doing the repairs that were left in between me not being there, get them done for the next day or for the next night. I work up there for a few, 2-3 hours, get home 5-6 in the morning, get 2-3 hours sleep. Luckily, the guy that worked nights, Gary, good guy, would open the store at 9 for me. I'd be able to roll in around 10, 10:30. Been the same thing. Because you got so much going on. Well, you know, I was younger then. Let me see, how old was I when I had the store? I think it was around 89. I was born in 49. Okay. 59, 69, 79, 89. I was about 40 years old. Yeah. And I was a fit 40, so that helps a lot, being fit, both physically and mentally. All right, I'm done with this for now.